Let's go. Yeah. One time. Yeah. Check. One time for Motswako music. 2 times for Manyora. I can rock into it. This is more than just a movement. It's about being a unit. Until the people act the fool. And my banana is not in ruins. So what am I to do if nobody see nothing to it? Instead of going forward, not everything just busts a you. The shit that's going on. It's happy.
I'm Peditaro Utavane Pari. Kino man. Mix WaLeNinja.
Yeah.
Back again, Comedy Cast.
What's good in the hood?
Episode
I don't
17. Dog.
17.
Yeah, we're moving.
Jeez.
We are moving nicely. We are cruising nicely.
That's dope.
Who'd have thought, bro? Who
would have thought?
thought?
Yeah, and I can see now you're even moving out, having
We are visiting.
Yeah, that guy now.
We are visiting.
No, that's dope.
You know.
That's dope, man.
So
support.
Hey,
Tell your friends to tell their friends. You know what time it is.
Yeah, man. We're back. There's a lot that's been happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think during the time we missed the 4 weeks. Was it 4 weeks that we didn't post? There was a lot happening. It was during it was in the thick of the beef.
Yeah.
You know, so we were just spectating, enjoying. So I figured maybe let's start with a recap of everything from the beef itself, the show, the video, the white party. The boy was looking down at the white party, bro.
Yeah, that was look, I don't care what anybody says, man. Drake lost heavily, landslide. It's late.
It's done.
And now having to see other things that are just popping up, the references to the other songs,
Sure.
Just everything. There's just a lot going on
As well.
I don't want to sit here and be like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
this, that. But from my opinion, from what I saw,
you know who I want to
crazy.
invite on the pod and just to discuss that is Sammy.
Sammy. Nah.
He'd throw hands. He'd start throwing hands.
Yeah, but there's those fans,
Sure.
and you see it all over social media. They don't want to hear it.
It's kind of what made me want to stop talking about it.
Yeah,
because it's like you're really arguing with a brick wall, right?
true.
And they've made up their mind. I mean, even now, like watching Drake fans react to this shit, it's like, it's sad, fellas. Like,
Yeah, no, the thing is, it moved to something else, but it's not even about the raps anymore. It moved to more personal things. Now it's like you just hate him. How do you just hate someone? You don't know him.
Sure.
This was between them. Having to go research and try put dirt on his name and all these kinds of things. It's stupid. It didn't really have to go that far. Just like with Park and Biggie, just look at what is happening. Just like with Jay and Nas, look at what is happening. You choose your winner. We have the debate. We move on.
sure.
But having to be emotional about it is
I mean,
a whole different thing.
Watching
That's wild, man.
Watching OVO more lose his shit, right?
Yeah.
So I personally, I don't respect that guy's take anymore on everything because I'm like, you can't be this wild, bro. Like the way he lost his shit was like, come on, dog. We know you love Drake, cool, but you're not saying
Why are you
anything
getting-
with substance. Also,
Yes.
you're so emotional about it, and
That
you're
is
not
the
saying
problem. Why are you
anything
getting
with
emotional about it?
You know what I mean?
It's not even your fight.
100%.
It's not even your fight. Why you touched? But from everything that has happened, bro, all the way to the pop out. And for me, right? Yes, I saw. I was there when there was the those other beefs.
Sure.
But this one, I watched everything in real time, bro.
Sure.
Everything in real time. I was up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Around 4 or 5 when Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams.
Sure.
I was like, okay, what is happening?
We were at the Maraba show that night. I remember heading home. I think
Yes, it was that morning.
That morning.
It was that morning.
Something dropped, and then
Yo.
by the time I woke up, I'm like, another one?
Yo.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed how it actually happened, you know. The strategies, Kendrick, just strategy wise was hectic when I found out about 616 in LA. And the first part would be him rapping from Drake's perspective, because if you look at, I'm not going to break it down, but
Sure.
if you look at all Drake timestamps,
Yeah.
he raps the same way, flaunting about the cars, the way
Sure.
he describes the food,
Sure.
the way he just that's just the timestamp thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, the only difference now, well, when it was being broken down, I don't know how true it is because I don't listen to that guy like that. But there's no singing in the timestamps.
Okay.
So when Kendrick switched to "God, my confession is yours," when he
Yeah.
was singing there, now that's just him switching to him.
Okay.
And you know it's not Kendrick saying he's in a yacht at the marina, or
Yes,
you know
yes.
that, because he doesn't do
Doesn't
that
do
shit.
that shit.
You know what I mean? And I kept saying also, and I've said this before to a lot of people. I remember John. You know who you must also have here, but he's going to fold. John,
Yeah, he's gonna fold.
he's going to fold.
He's gonna fold.
Because
Nah, I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, you're awfully quiet, bro."
yeah, no. The thing
After
is,
the Hard Part 6 dropped, I was like, "Y'all are awfully quiet."
yeah,
fellas."
no. The thing is, with I realized along the way that John kept saying, "No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But like I'm a fan of both." Sorry, he was saying I'm a fan of both, but can we not say that Drake is better because his catalog? I was like, bro, let's talk about what is happening now. Not all that other shit, you know.
I feel you.
So even with him, I remember Kibua Kimle like the thing is with Kendrick, nobody really knows how he rolls.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You see what you see. It's not, he doesn't post every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
saying
he's-
I'm here, I'm doing this. He's not that guy.
Sure.
He'll pop out when he fucking pops out. And that's why it was so difficult for Drake to find anything, or you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he was using the Pusha T strategy of just giving tea. You know what I mean? Of
Yes.
and
And that's another thing niggas are complaining about, right? It's like this battle was about niggas dishing tea and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. This is something we've seen for the first time in that regard. But also, it didn't come from Kendrick's side.
Yeah.
That approach, because
Yeah.
if you watched, he was like, "Yo, man,
He warned him. He was
Don't
like, "It's
do
a
it."
friendly fade."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't do
Let's
it.
not
Like,
let's
if
not
you-
go there.
if you wanna go
It's-
there, I can go there." And there's more where that's coming from.
And he
right?
went there.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but now niggas
from-
are complaining. Nah, this was about tea. I'm like, nah, bro. That's the lane Drake chose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You picked your weapon of choice, and you know you live by the sword, you die by the sword, buddy.
No, real talk.
You know.
And he even said there's many points, and people are not even picking out those parts where he was calling him a bully, because he posted which is Kendrick's manager, and apparently that dude is just a cool dude. He doesn't want no
Sure.
trouble. You know what I mean?
No, even when push-ups dropped, they were on his ass
but-
because he was flying. He was on a flight, and he's like, "Oh, I know there's Wi-Fi on the plane, my boy. Like, y'all are quiet." I was like, "Nah, y'all are wilding."
No, so
And he kept saying like, "Yo, drop, quickly."
and then all of a sudden,
You know, dilo di change.
dilo dia change no yana. Isn't me. No yana, dog.
He was not ready.
So
bro.
I mean, even for there was also a take by Stogie. He mentioned Drake won, but when I was watching that Slick on Live podcast,
Yeah.
he was more talking about how it was more of a he pulled in the culture card, the black card, but all of that. So people then turn towards that.
Sure.
And that's how Kendrick won. But I honestly don't think that is the case. I mean, to each his own.
It's part of what he
it.
did.
Yes.
And that's another thing. Niggas like to hone in on specific things that happen, right? But it's like, no, let's look at I think as a Kendrick stan, right? I think I was objective enough in this whole thing, right? Because I won't lie, when push-ups dropped, I was like, oh, okay, my nigga needs to. But I wasn't worried, right?
Yeah, I wasn't worried, actually.
I
but
only got worried when the AI joint dropped. And I was like, ooh, this is going somewhere else I didn't anticipate, right? But I quickly saw it for what it was, and I was like, you're actually poking the wrong nigga with this AI shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't use Pac against Kendrick.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
Yeah.
Like, that was the biggest mistake Drake made for me. It's like, yo, this nigga met Pac when he was a kid, bro, at the California Love video. Like, there was a transfer of the baton right there.
Straight up.
My nigga, you know what I'm saying? So you can't use this nigga's idol as a weapon against him. And then when Snoop posted that clip, he's like, they did what? With who? You know what I mean? I was like, it's about to get nasty, bro. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. And niggas focus on particular things that suits their argument. The culture thing, like Stogie's saying, the pedophilia thing. Where are the receipts? Where are the receipts? Where are the receipts from anybody, bro?
And that's the thing when we're talking about receipts. Are you going to? This is a rap battle, bruh.
Yeah.
You are not going to defend yourself in a fucking rap battle. That's not how it works.
Not how it works.
You know what I mean? I didn't do this. Now it becomes like a high school playground fucking argument.
I know
no,
you
didn't, my nigga.
It's like when Nas calls Jay-Z a Taibo hoe. Like,
Jay-Z didn't come back and say, no, I don't do fucking karate. You know what I mean? When what's his name? When Biggie dropped Who Shot Ya,
sure.
Biggie didn't say, oh no, I know you didn't fuck my wife. You know what I mean? You're lying about, I didn't sleep at your house. Like, come on, guys.
What are we doing?
This nigga comes and he says, I'm too rich for this shit. Look at the track record of every other rich nigga.
If I was a pedophile, I'd have been arrested. Like, nigga, that was such a lame response, bro. That was the worst fucking response to a beef situation ever. Another thing is, niggas asking for receipts and shit. Kendrick went and debunked everything this nigga said.
In his video,
like everything
at the pop out,
you know what I'm saying?
Everything.
He debunked everything
without saying too
shit.
much.
But on Drake's side, even his niggas are like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, there's the things that Kendrick said about this dude haven't been debunked.
Yeah,
they still stand till this day. Cease and desists were being sent out.
Yeah.
Like, take back this pedophilia shit. It's like, yo, my nigga.
Things are being taken down online and, And the homie is also talking about crisis management teams. Kanti ke yena di etsang on his side.
One
So,
understand that.
go busy.
It's bad. It's
Yeah.
a bad look. Him taking down the songs, it's a bad look, bro. It's such a bad look. And I would have loved to be a fly in the fucking wall at that white party. Because apparently the video was dropped like 2 hours into that white party. You know, and you can see Drake's eyes, man. I don't think niggas are wilding when they see this nigga looks.
No, this is on Ja Rule level.
Yeah. Some petty shit,
straight
right?
up on Ja Rule level.
Some
It's
super
too
petty
wild.
shit. And the fact that even in that scene where they in that silver room and he's wearing all white waving.
Yes.
Yeah. So this shit was
Sure.
he thought about
Sure.
it when they were shooting this shit. Like, this shit needs to be done at this time. Like, you can't fuck with a man that
Sure.
thinks that far ahead, bro.
No, bruh,
You can't.
everything about it was very technical. Some of them were reaches, but when you look at certain things like
Yes.
that cakewalk knock,
Yes.
you know, that's where, okay, we can say he's now moving it in that direction. But he's always done that.
Sure.
There's always been a message behind
Sure.
what he's doing.
But even the hopscotch scene,
Yeah.
the way he's dressed, like, yes,
that-
whack.
Me, I'm tired as fuck.
That
Yeah.
was my favorite fucking moment. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, this
Yeah.
nigga is diabolical, like they
Yeah.
say, you know. I was like, yo, you can't be that petty, bro. He's taking 50 Cent to another level. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's
yo.
really going in. And even when I watched the pop out, right?
Sure.
Bruh, I went on Amazon. I was like, okay, I'm subscribing just for this thing, dog. Oh boy, this was like 1 a.m. somewhere there, and I was sleepy as fuck. But
Sure.
I woke up, I watched some of it into Bo Mustard and whatever, but when I passed out along the way, and then I woke up to Euphoria.
Sure.
As soon as it started, bruh.
Yeah, that intro was dope. I watched it like a couple days later, bro.
That
That
shit was
performance
powerful.
was sick, man. Like, through and through.
And again, the way he was
Through and
dressed,
fucking through, bro.
Now he's just proving that he's a superior artist. You know what I mean? That's all he's doing. We know he won, but with everything else, like how he was dressed like Tupac. Okay, I mean, he performed that song 5 times. It played
Nigga.
6 times. The last time it was the beat
the
with
credits
credits.
at the end.
You know, but now the video, now it's showing, it's putting PG Lang on a different level.
On a different
even
level,
though
yeah.
PG Lang was always
It
up there.
started off
You know,
with some
they've
wild
always
shit.
been there. You know, and doing that hard shit. Now it's like, okay, let's.
It's a new level.
Yeah, this is how we're going to beat you.
Yeah.
You know, and they really did that.
And watch how many niggas is gonna recruit to this
Yeah.
shit. You know, I also like the fact that at the pop out he didn't bring out the expected. Like, no non-LA niggas
Yes.
were on that fucking stage, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was really, really dope. Seeing Black Hippie on there was fucking fly.
Yep.
Which brings me to, this guy's also on a rant now. Well, I won't call it a rant. Absol,
Yeah.
he's on Drake's ass.
Yeah.
And I'd like it to turn into something.
No,
You know,
it's definitely not going to turn
not
into anything.
into
Let me put it this way.
Not into like an extension of
When-
the beef,
when-
right?
when-
But an extension of like, yo, my nigga, like, yes, you lost. Yes, you know. Because my whole thing is like, how does Drake come back from this?
Yeah.
Right? And it's a thing of
It
like, yo.
should not be with beef.
No, it can't be with beef, but it's a thing of, at this moment in time now, the only thing left for you to do is prove your ability as an MC. Like,
Yeah.
with style and grace.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because that's what's gonna make you last
True.
in this fucking situation.
True.
You can't be a sore loser in this situation.
Yeah.
You gotta come back, take your L, but come back
just keep it
stronger,
moving,
right?
bro. Yeah.
Come back stronger with some undeniable shit
That's very true.
that even your haters are gonna be like, yeah, that's hard.
True.
Right? And I think my take on what Absol is doing is like, yeah, nigga, you can rap. So
Yeah.
that's what you gotta do now.
Yeah, forget about
Like
all that
the
other
other
shit.
gotta
Yeah.
go. Like all you gotta do now is rap.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Oh
saying
no,
you can handle us.
I
know.
mistook what you said.
You
Because,
know.
but also if you look at it, right, it was the man was talking about this whole 20v1, whatever. He was mentioning about Top Dog and whatever, right? The big dogs, but he never mentioned Black Hippie.
Black Hippie.
Because you know,
Problem, bro.
you
It's
wouldn't
a
want-
problem.
You wouldn't want
It's
that. That's a bigger
big
problem on its own,
problem,
you know. So
nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, this shit was fun to fucking watch. Bro.
it was.
It was really fun to watch. I remember Glenn was saying he didn't see this coming. I was like, nigga, I knew, bro. I
Saw
knew.
this coming.
I just didn't know the how. But I knew that Kendrick is not gonna play with this shit. Because he's been poking at this nigga like, yo, just say my name, my nigga.
True.
Just say my fucking name. It's been years. When did
I'ma
Control...
turn you to a song,
When
boy.
did the Control fucking thing
Like
drop?
2013.
You know what I'm
somewhere
saying?
there. Yeah.
Almost 10 years later, bro. This shit's been going on. He's been poking at like, yo, say my name, my nigga, and watch what happens. And this is it. Niggas were shocked. I was like, nah, bro. This was in the cards a long time ago. So shout out to K Dot, man.
Yeah, it's
God.
very nice to be a K Dot fan right about now. It's an amazing time. Now you're just watching
You know.
these niggas cry. You know, I don't want to hear about no stimulus package
Shut
and
the fuck up.
I don't want to hear about none of that
None of
shit.
that
Let's talk
shit,
about
bro.
what just happened.
Ugh.
Man's got fucked up.
Yeah, no, that
Heavily.
was beautiful. That was fly. That was super fly.
But yeah, enough about that.
You know. Yeah, what else on the cards, bro? What's been going on?
It was the Maftown Heights.
Yeah.
That was dope to watch.
Yeah, man.
Dope to experience. Shout out to the Maftown Heights team. Rafile, Kulichana, Todi was on the production. This was in the making from COVID time.
Yeah, bro.
Remember when we were watching it, because we were invited to the first screening,
Sure.
and when we saw our part in this same spot, just
switched
up,
around,
you
right?
know.
Yeah.
Remember, I was like, "Fuck, Brian, titties."
Nigga was huge. Nigga was big as fuck. Yeah, you were large
Shout out to
then,
them
bro.
push-ups, dog.
You
Them
know.
burpees, boy. What?
Yo, but it was. I'm still kind of in awe of the fact that like we're part of this conversation, right? And
Yeah.
I mentioned this in the spaces that we had, is, you know, and I was just looking at the people that had the mic, and
Yeah.
you know, I felt it necessary to be like, as much as HashOne in the greater scheme of SA hip hop,
Yeah.
we don't have that weight, or we and for honest, we haven't done much, bro. You know, I think we've been very laid back, doing our own thing at our own pace in our own little corner.
Yeah.
But the little that we've done has mattered and has
True.
stayed in niggas' minds and hearts, that, you know, after it's
How long,
what,
bro?
10 years since Mahala for the last time, you know,
It's more than that. Mahala for the last time was 12 years ago, bro.
it's 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
And that was the same time.
That was the catalyst to all of everything happening.
Yes, but that was the same time, around the same time, yeah, wannabes and
Yeah, it's the year. It's
all
the
of
year
that.
we dropped. So the year we dropped them for TLT was the year we were recording that music and
yes,
all of that was
yes.
happening. Time of my life and all of that was being made in 2013, and we did Maftown Heights that in 2012 the first time.
Yes.
And then the following year, that's when we did the anthem "Wannabes," which was
Wannabes,
like
yeah.
the promo song and all of that.
Sure.
And for us, it was like that shit happened without our knowledge. Like we were just told, hey, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
You niggas. So that
Yeah.
put on was great.
We literally just went to studio, bro.
Yeah, that
And went to go shoot, and the rest just happened moment.
moment home. You know what I mean? And after all of that, still being part of that conversation as those niggas that did something different. It just shows that, you don't always have to be the loudest motherfucker in the room, the dopest nigga in the room, the flyest nigga in the room to make an impact.
Yeah.
Like if you're authentic about your shit, you're genuine about your shit, it counts and it matters.
That's very
And
true.
sometimes you don't see it,
Yeah.
but niggas see it, and niggas,
Yeah.
will show you one day is one day.
Yeah. No, same. But I mean, honestly, because being in the spaces, because remember, even in the group, I was like, oh my. I was like, Joe, but now we have to
Wasn't
talk.
ready to talk.
Like we're in a
nigga.
WhatsApp group, we're in a panel, what's happening?
You were annoyed by that.
And
You're
I was
"Oh,
like,
what?"
yo, okay,
Sure.
But I mean, just like with everything else, we always show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, we did not realize, from Kuli also saying, "Khore," just showing appreciation for doing that part. Like I'm saying, we weren't aware how much it meant to him,
To them and-
knowing what was happening now,
Sure.
looking at the documentary and
Yeah.
everything. I guess we were there at the right time.
Yeah.
To make a certain part of that journey happen.
Yeah.
To which we, on behalf of HashOne, like we appreciate that you chose us, to make that happen.
100%. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm still to watch the last episode.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched everything. Yeah, man. Now we have to release music. Now we have to make sure that something comes.
Chop us, bro.
I was getting calls. I've got voice notes from the homies, and they were like, "Nigga, like stop that humble shit, bro."
Yeah.
ASAP.
I mean, I think my favorite two things was hearing how Kuli and Tori feel about Jiggy's abilities as an MC,
Yes.
right? And two, how Casper regarded you as like his favorite rapper of all time. It's fucking crazy. And we've known this. I think we've heard it through the grapevine. Or maybe I think he commented one time on one of your posts. some years
Yes, but
ago.
I mean,
it was just one of those things.
It wasn't.
Passing.
And I even received a screenshot about it. That's why when it was said,
Sure.
I didn't want to talk about it.
Sure.
Then when Rufilo was like, "Did you know?
Did you
know?" And I was like,
yeah.
I didn't expect the spotlight like that because
yeah.
I don't like it like that.
Sure.
So now it's a room full of people.
Aware.
But again, yes, it was a comment, but he's always been the homie, man.
Yeah.
He's
shout out.
just never said it directly.
Yeah.
But shit, man, shout out.
Now, shout out to the whole thing, man. Like, yo, it's exciting. I'm excited for Maftown Heights to come back.
Yep, November.
That's really dope. Be dope to be on that stage. Matlera Tlamona. Ira sentle.
How curate that are.
Ira dilo tse di siameng, bro.
On the 4th, I don't want to fuck it up, but It was said in the space, but he says it also on the 4th episode, saying he's gonna curate
the show, the next Maftown Heights,
the next Maftown Heights,
which is dope. I think we'll get to see what the vision for this thing is, man.
Yeah.
So shout out,
Yeah.
Maftown Heights, shout out Cooley, shout out Todi, Rafilwe, and everybody involved, man. Thank you for putting us on and just reminding Mzansi or this trio exists, So we appreciate
True
it.
that, man.
You appreciate it.
True that.
Man, there was something I wanted to talk about, but I forgot now.
Nilemaka, akere.
Why don't you say that? Motho wa lebala ke age, dog.
I say age, I say
Ke
nilemaka.
age ya gore motho wa lebala, No, I want to talk about Madlera's verse on that Hennessy motherfucking.
I actually, but now I was thinking about that suit, boy.
Yes, everything, that whole situation was
Too
fly, bro.
Yo, I tried to watch the whole video. Like, no offense to the other homies,
I watched it and I was like, yo, it's good that they put this nigga second, because I was switched off. I mean, the other dudes are nice, but after hearing Madlera, I switched off for the rest of the niggas. I was just still stuck in that. Yo.
Nah.
Big homie did.
I can't recite a
things
thing,
there, bro.
but because I still need to catch it. That first part,
Yo.
I don't hear what he's saying, but it's provocative.
It's provocative. Gets the people going, my nigga.
People going rah. What?
No, that verse is hard, bro. I had to run
it's
it
hard.
back like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
That verse is hard. I'm not gonna break it down or anything like that, but like, yo, hearing that excited me so much. Like, it excited me so much, and I was like, yo, man, like, niggas need to step up the pen game. Like,
and it's like, now from even watching the Maftown Heights documentary and just following Madlera, I feel like you knew he was going to be big.
sure.
Right? From the first time I met him, fella, I
Sure.
just knew, But now I understand.
Sure.
Even the way Todi talks about him.
Yeah.
And everybody else talks about him, and
yeah.
like what they've experienced, how he thinks about art, how he,
Sure.
does all these things, right? And now I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I fucking
He's
get
the
it.
chosen one, bro.
Yeah.
He's the fucking chosen
He
one. Like,
is amazing, bro.
yo. Yeah, that verse got me fucking excited. I was like,
No, and everything he does, I haven't heard a pop verse
No.
from him.
no.
And he's also one of those, I like music that makes me go back.
Sure.
And now you understand.
Sure.
Then, he's saying this.
Sure.
He's saying this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't just spin it once.
Spin it once and you're like, oh, I get it.
You can't just spin it once. I mean, even his verse on the KO joint Fly.
Yep.
That video was fly, the way it was shot. Super dope, which brings me back to the conversation I was having with Jiggy and Tapang of why SA and yes, SA MCs, because that's where my passions lie, are not doing more to stay in the global scene or to fuck up the global scene. Like with Madlera, in the 2 years he's been really at the top of everybody's mind, he's been fucking shit up, right?
Yep.
From getting that call from Busta to doing the Puma thing with A$AP Rocky to now this Hennessy thing to going to record at the Tupac Studios in New York, and like he's really doing amazing shit that I feel like everybody should be kind of thinking of themselves that way, trying to do shit in that fucking, with that kind of effort and that attention to detail and that
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man. Like, yes, it's amazing to see, and it's a thing of, you know, he's unique in that sense, but I still don't think that it's such a far-fetched idea for everybody
Yes.
else to be pulling those kind of moves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
true.
with him, yes, there's a part of the machine that's working for him, but Noe Matlera, he's a ke motho wa batho.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got a Casper about him.
Yeah.
You know, where he really
And-
knows how to leverage
And
his relationships.
and generally that's also what it takes,
what
right?
it takes. Yeah.
You can have the dopest raps, but if you're
not grinding the right
if you're
way.
not grinding, or if you are a terrible person, you know, you're acting funny or anything along those lines, and people don't get along with you, you just won't get too far. Or even if, you know, they just won't mention your name in rooms,
Sure.
you know. So he's dope, you know. I mean, as a person, all of that, like you're saying, you know. And on top of that, artistic.
Yeah.
You know, he's an all rounder, man.
100%.
Like he's a man. That kid must
Yeah, no,
push
he's gonna do amazing
even
things,
further.
bro.
But now what you're seeing, you know, who's also moving in different ways, dope ways. Blackie. I saw Blackie also was on the radar. On the radar is this American
Okay.
thingy. It's got that green background.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just got the latest
Yes.
feature on there. Quiet, but moving.
But
You know what I mean?
Moving, bro.
So yeah,
And
shout out to him also.
niggas wanna hate on Blackie, but man, that guy is
Nah, he's
he's
killing.
killing it, bro. When I saw him at Dreamville, I was like, yep, here we go. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we've seen this happen before with Shane Eagle, right? And this is what I'm speaking to. Is like, this shit gotta last longer than fucking 2 years.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Don't do all this dope shit and then disappear from the international scene. Like, once you're in the fucking door, stay there, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see more of. Like, let's have Blackie, Matlera, all these niggas moving together there.
Yeah.
The same way Benna Boy and all these niggas
Yeah.
are moving together in those
Nasty,
spaces.
all of them. Yeah, but nasty.
Let's have all them niggas go and occupy
Very true.
Sway in the morning for a whole 6 months. Be a bunch of
true.
South African niggas in there showing these niggas flames.
Very true.
You know, it mustn't be a once off, once in a blue moon type of shit. How nale album, or like go on tour, nigga. Go on a tour in Europe. Go spend 2-3 months that side just touring, shooting all that shit, putting out content in those spaces. Because how you stay in those spaces, also like people seeing you interacting, and we want to know what's going on. Bo make Jiba go States.
Sure.
They've been there for a while, right? These kind of things shouldn't be so far to reach. Like,
Yeah.
that should be normal.
That should be normal.
It should be normal.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
100%.
we need to really switch on that gear, like, and really start thinking of ourselves as international artists and not as this thing of being a global artist, such a big feat to achieve.
Yeah.
Even Maporisa put out a tweet the other day. He's like, yo, guys, you gotta start pushing your brand as a global brand. Don't want to pop off here first and
Yeah.
then go overseas.
You must start
Like,
as a
start
global
now.
brand from the get-go.
That
Sure.
joint you drop it, pop it off ko States, pop it off ko London, pop it off Guy, paid
Sure.
before it'll pop it off here. Because if you think about it, that's how some niggas started back then, bro.
Yeah.
Tapang was telling that story at the Blackjacks. Okay, Malum Kulkat. Before he dropped that Sasebenza.
Yes.
He was doing
on this side.
doing things in Europe, bro. You know.
Stogie, when he was To Me From the Volume,
100%.
he was performing overseas.
You know what I'm
before,
saying?
You know?
Honano Tumi is doing tours in Europe and shit. Like,
Yep.
another thing is like infrastructure. Yeah, the event the kwano needs to be more structured in a sense. Mongwe is doing their own
Sure.
thing. When Tapong was talking about the whole circuits in the US, like when niggas go on tour, there's certain circuits that exist. You know, these tours are planned in legs out. Okay, we're gonna do New York, and then New York or the gigs at the Divas, you align with the promoter, you know, we're gonna go there, and there.
Yeah.
Niggas spend a year putting this shit together, right?
Yeah.
So why aren't we doing this thing? What our say album, and then for the gig based on what promoter you're relevant now. Nah, what Casper and Nasty C did,
Yeah.
niggas should be doing that. Everybody should be doing that.
Sure.
Stino Le20 should be going on tour, Le Kuli, going to Africa, going to Botswana, going to Zim, going all these places.
Yeah.
Why is it
And also align with the big shows.
with the big shows? You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Like, it shouldn't be an afterthought, bro.
Sure.
Because that's where your bread is.
Yeah.
So why is that not your primary focus? Because that's how you break into the global scene. The more people that see you live in these different countries, the
Yeah.
more the conversation exists outside of your home base. You don't have to hope for South Africans to be talking about you in these different parts of the
Sure.
world. Yes, it adds value, but why wait? There's not enough of us out there in the rest of the world to make
True.
that big an impact. Like when Nigerians talk about Nigerian music, you know, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And it moves in those places. You know what I'm saying?
moves
So
quite deep.
we really need to like just change our way of thinking, bro. Like I don't think it's impossible. It's possible. It takes just getting somebody to fund the right idea, man.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? There's niggas out here with money willing to spend on something that just fucking makes sense. That it's gonna
And there's
make
niggas
money.
out there with ideas.
Yeah. And the idea of a tour is like, yo,
That's not far-fetched. That's
It's-
what's supposed to
that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You take a couple niggas that you know are gonna pull a crowd, right? So Casper and Nasty C, their audience is different. It made sense that they're going to be cross-pollinating that audience base. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
If a Cooley and a KO went on a tour and brought Stino Le20, brought these other guys that do Skanda Zulu rap, that type of vibe.
Yeah.
You cross-pollinating Motswako and
Sure.
and the Zulu,
Sure.
you know, Skanda world, that, you know, the more clubby kind of music. You feed that shit to Africa. Go to Bots, go to Swaziland, go to, you know, these
Yeah.
Southern Africa. Start there. Shoot this shit, put out the content. Channel O Africa's there, bro. Play this shit on Trace. Let the world see it. And then next phase of your tour, you hit Kenya, you hit Ghana, you hit these places. You
Different genres.
Different genres. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And based off of that, you know who's popping off in that country. Put them on the on the tour as a headliner. You know you're gonna pull their audience, and now you're feeding his audience your
Yeah.
music. Why is this such a wild thought? You know? Because the challenge in this situation is funding this
That's
thing.
I was about to say money.
That's it.
Money is the
But
biggest
if you're
issue.
a big brand like that, are you telling me you can't convince motherfuckers to just put in some guap that's gonna return?
Because you,
It's going to
guarantee,
come back.
you guarantee it. As
You
a
know
big
what-
brand,
Yeah.
there will definitely be a return.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kendrick is planning a whole tour of Africa with global
A global citizen.
global citizens, right? If I don't see a bunch of SA niggas on this tour, like
Then what is happening?
What's happening? Why are we not making those calls?
And also just like the Black Panther album,
Yes.
that soundtrack album,
Yes.
right? There was a lot of South African
Yeah.
people in there, South African artists in there. But just going back
It was
to
a
your
call.
point,
There's niggas making calls.
yes, but just going to your point, that it's as much as, yes, it did elevate these guys' careers, right? But it shouldn't have just been that.
That once off thing.
Right? It should have been, okay, were having Black Panther guy. This is
Sure.
what happened, and even after that,
And
you
even
know,
those niggas, you've already
Yeah.
done music with them. Make more
Yes,
music with
make
them.
more.
You know what I'm saying?
But I like also what Java's doing. Java's his latest deluxe album. For his latest album.
I
Forgot
haven't
the
bumped
name of
that.
the album.
But I've bumped the OG, but not the deluxe.
Yeah, there's
Amazing project, man.
so he has A-reece and K, what's his name? That battle rapper. Hold on, I'll tell you his name now. He's got them in a song, bro. So I like that.
Yeah.
Java.
I mean, he had what's her name on the original album with
K Shine.
K Shine is up.
K Shine.
Okay.
It's called Race. It's a very, very dope song.
He had what's her name? What's her name?
Who?
On the album as Java. Gonna get my cherry, bruh. I'll tell you now. Udo man. Masa Clariano, Sampa the Great, bro.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Like we wanna see more of those kind of collabs, bruh. Like Bo Eniva thing, bruh. Bo Lil Sims, like
That's
what
true.
we need to be working with these people. Like
All of them,
they're
bruh.
not so far to reach, and that's how you expand.
And I mean,
The
Bona, for
audience,
example,
Manji.
even when Mareba was here, it would have been dope if now we hear that she collaborated with someone around, Jordan Ward was also there. But I like him as an artist. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we'd like to see a lot of that.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, look, I mean, there's that Charge It to the Game, any featuring Smino. Like you'd never imagine a Smino and any sounding together on dope on a joint, but it happened. It's like
Yeah.
everybody else out there. It's like you think of it, you make the fucking call. Like these people are not so far out of reach, bro.
Yeah.
They're really not.
I'm still standing on the point though on the again going back to Maftown Heights, right? If you look at Motswako as a whole, and if you think about it, everybody got put on by someone.
Yeah.
Wa Motswako,
100%.
and that's a dope thing to see. You know,
Java's doing that now with the Koilas.
You
Right.
understand?
Yeah.
So that is something that is really happening and is good to see. But again, we have to deal with things like the separation, mapiano and hip hop, which is
Yeah.
unnecessary, right? And that's why I was saying, if we're doing these tours, it must be all genres.
Yes.
Right? It shouldn't be separate. 'Cause
Yes,
there's
it mustn't be
everything for
competition,
everyone.
or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
100.
So it's that. I'm standing on the bootleg culture. I'm standing on the fact that everyone needs to be heard. If you go elsewhere, when we went to Amsterdam, we would get in one cipher, next thing we're performing somewhere. You know what I mean?
100%.
Kwa berekiwa, jo.
Sure.
But everyone is doing
And
something
it's diragala fast.
very, 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 very
Fast.
fast.
To a phone
You
no,
know,
kausane show confirmed. Why?
Yeah, and that's the one thing I would say I'm even thankful for Glenn, when he was managing us.
Sure.
The whole professionalism thing, but always stay ready, be good to go.
At all times. And we
all
only
times.
saw that in hindsight, like shit, this
Later
nigga
on.
prepared us for this, because it's like once he wasn't there, we clicked like
Yeah.
we need to be, this is what this nigga was telling us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it moves with all of those, right? But going back, it's also some form of thinking needs to change too, all the way from the consumer to
Yeah.
the artist.
Hundreds.
For example, the whole, I remember when we were talking about making music scarce,
Sure.
and I forgot who commented and said we shouldn't be going at these
consumer.
platforms,
Yeah,
but frustrating the consumer, which is really not the case.
Yeah, that was offense. I remember that, and it makes sense. Like in hindsight, with the whole thing, yeah, B-sides dropping on Bandcamp and all of that, right? Tsapang, fashion guy, I forget his last name.
Gino. Yes.
Right? He was like, the fuck, dog? B-sides, riding. John was crying, saying the same thing. I wanted to play his voice note. Fuck.
But I get it, right? But if we are looking at it from an artist perspective,
Yes.
it's not viable in terms of moving it there. Maybe, but the idea is to create that loyal fan base.
Yes.
Well, it's just the only problem that we're dealing with now is that we are so used to these DSPs. It makes it so easy and accessible that all that other shit, the culture of buying CDs and vinyls and all of that, it's going, and a lot of it is gone, in a sense that people that buy vinyls now are collectors and people that enjoy listening
Yes.
to vinyls.
100%.
You're not buying a vinyl because I like this artist.
Sure.
But a lot of times in fact, not even that way. People will not, generally now, people don't like an artist enough to buy that
Yes,
that thingy.
that's the case, right?
Right.
So it's a thing of like that like G was saying, that 1% that you're going to focus on monetizing, right? Those are the people that you now shift focus. Yeah, hey guys, go over there also, right? So my learning from the B-sides experience is like not having it available elsewhere was a misstep, right? So I could have had it available everywhere else and on Bandcamp and push promo your Bandcamp, right? So have a dedicated focus on really promoting the Bandcamp experience.
I get
but
what
still
you mean.
having it.
And that way, whoever is going to purchase it, you
Yes.
already know that is
They
someone.
chose that.
They
It's
chose that.
they're not
It's
being held ransom.
yes,
It's
yes.
not.
I get that.
You get what I'm saying? So that should be the focus now. It's like, yes, have it on all these platforms. Still use that as a tool to lure people into your audience, and then let them know, like, yo, by the way, it's also available here. I wouldn't mind if you drop $2 just to support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the people that really fuck with you will make that move. But if you're doing that consistently and you're adding more than just go cop the music.
Another thing that we also need to look at, bruh, shows. People want to.
Yeah.
They want to see you.
Yeah.
People generally want to see you. You can drop all the music you want.
I'm a fan of what WaLeNinja did. I don't know if you know WaLeNinja. He's the dude who does. Well, they stopped now. The guy was the Opal deal that I sent you.
Oh yes.
So I don't know. He went about 57 weeks or some shit like that, doing Wednesday shows at Barber Black Sheep in Rosebank.
Yes.
Consistently every Wednesday, and he performed at every one of those shows. But he'd pull in people to come through, perform showcase, and the likes of like Maz Baby, lots of people have performed there, and it's always dope. I've been to a couple of them. Always dope.
But you don't invite.
No, it was randomly.
Nah.
Randomly so.
Nah.
Askis
Where's Baba
proof.
Black Sheep?
It's there by Rosebank. It's down the road from
How
you.
far am I from there?
Hey man, it's Wednesday also. I always go there.
Yeah,
Get some
but-
plan,
yeah.
So Askisi dog. Kidding. Rewind time.
Now I saw you only sent me the post where it said it was a good 57 weeks. Now it's closing down. You send me the end. You don't send me the jury.
That's keys. But yeah, speaking on homie, right? When I discovered that and I was following what he was doing on a very high consistent level, funny enough, he was the first motherfucker on Colors. I think I was on Colors years ago before
On
Show
Colours?
Man's Colors, bro.
Shit.
Did the Colors thing, and he talks about it on the Sobering. That he opened doors. There's a bar he says in this album. He had to do that shit, open the doors for Shoma Josie, but niggas don't celebrate him. So his story is very in but the difference is this nigga knew and he stayed consistent with what his vision for himself and his brand is. He
Sure.
didn't want to be this superstar. He's like, yo, this niche that I'm doing, I'm gonna make it count by being consistently in front of a small audience for 57 weeks or however many weeks they did this shit for.
Yep.
Right? He wasn't worried about being booked. Those other shows started coming. Right. But by the time he had done the work so consistently, so well, for so long, that and also supporting the shows with the online content of really getting to know who he is, getting to know the process of him making music, his philosophies as an individual, as a person, by the time he dropped his album, everybody who's been to those shows bought into it.
Yeah.
They bought into it, and it was an easy sell. Opal came on board, it was an easy sell. But you look, if Kilantla ubona by Lwanster, you're gonna be like, oh, this nigga was like, nah, nigga.
It's been grinding.
You know what I'm saying?
Been grinding.
Been grinding. I mean, during COVID, when I got retrenched and I started freelancing, one of my clients, I was doing a lot of design work for them. In our WhatsApp group, by Lwanster was the other graphic designer. So when I met him, that was a conversation. I was like, yo, man, you used to design for us, ban. It's like, yeah, me too. I was like, yeah, we used to work on the same project. And that's when it's like, damn. But, and watching him is like, yeah, bro, we need to be doing this shit.
It's very important.
The consistency is the most important thing I took from this nigga. It's like, no maganjan, bro.
Just
it
do
must happen.
It must be done.
It needs to happen. You know what I mean? But if you do it for long enough, the bread will come, the respect will come, and niggas will pound you, and it will mean a lot.
True.
Nobody talks about him. Nobody knows. This thing I was on Colors.
Yeah, that's
Checked it out.
shocking.
I was like, damn, bro.
That's so dope, man.
Damn. And I'm on that he was skinny, he was
Yeah.
but he did it. It's not that
That's
far
good.
to reach. You know
It's
what I'm
not.
saying?
I think that is the message of this particular episode.
Yeah.
Nothing is that far.
Nothing's far to reach, bro.
Everything is doable. If you're seeing all of these other cats do all of these things,
You can do
you
it, my
can
nigga.
do it too.
And it's not, we're not sitting here saying it's easy.
Yeah.
We're just saying
It's
if you
doable.
really want to do it, you can do it. Just figure out how.
Yeah.
There's going to be a challenge, but there's somebody you can call Hey, Mona, I've got a connection to 50 Cent. I get partner.
Sure. Sure.
And then go check.
Sure.
Theo.
Sure.
Pueli Theo batla 50 Cent futu. Organize.
Sure.
He can organize. He can give me a number.
And then
He can
yeah.
He can get me an email
The
address.
fact that I'm
PA.
doing it
You know
and
what I'm
going
saying?
to attempt that whole thing.
You understand?
That's the point.
It's there. The connection is there, bro. So it's like, do I have the right idea for who I'm trying to connect with? And it
Yep.
starts there. Once you have the right idea and you strongly believe that this shit makes sense for the person I'm gonna holler at, then you getting that idea to that person is not fucking far-fetched, bro.
That's very
It's
true.
not difficult at all.
That is very
At
true.
all. Because for me, I find that's the challenge, is like having the right idea and developing it to a point that it makes sense for whoever you're trying to work it with, right? So my challenge is often I have these dope ideas, but I can't connect somebody in particular that be like, okay, this fits in this and we can do it really well with it. So, and that's something that I'm working on now. It's like all these great ideas, linking them to something tangible or somebody tangible or a brand that's tangible, and it makes sense to align with that. Then you start hollering, not, yo, that's a nice idea, what do you think? You gotta go tell them like, yo, bruh, this is how you fit in, this is what you're gonna do, and this is how you're gonna get your money.
Control.
You get what I'm saying? And
Control your narrative,
you gotta sell this shit like you know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But getting to that person, that's not the fucking challenge. The challenge is now when you're in front of that person, making that shit stick. And that's the work you need to do.
And even after the person agrees, now you must make it work.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
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 Sa modimo nthuse, modimo tla go thusa o le da o
fihlile.
fihlile
O sa itse ebile gore o ready na. You know what I mean? I was more, and then everything is sorted. Like, oh
understand
shit.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I just want to see more niggas think in that realm. Like you can get to any fucking body, bro.
As artists deserve that. Like, if you're an artist, you must believe that you deserve that.
Sure.
You know, even if you are below the line in terms of, you know, where you are in the game or whatever the case may be, but you should be able to see the world, man. You know, you need to take that artistry somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because everybody plays a part. Don't expect to be as big as the next person, but work, man.
Just grind, bro.
Grind and see where it really takes
and
you.
enjoy what you do. Like, really, don't do what you do with the result being the main thing. Yes, you want the results, but you gotta enjoy the journey. You gotta enjoy the process of getting to the end goal. Like, that's the part that builds character.
And then you'll know how to move. You'll start moving smarter.
I mean, you look at guys like Critter, bro. You know, Critter's consistently grinding, bro. You know, and he's doing all these amazing things. And I can guarantee you, in his city, he's doing what he needs to do.
You know who else? E the Mad Assassin.
Yeah.
Right, he was opening for Conway, and I'm like, damn. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We got another connection there. Right?
That's
so it's
New
like,
York, yeah.
It's a matter of like, yo, let's finish the joint with you and this dude. Put it out. Give it reason for us to cross-pollinate.
Nigga, that song is ready.
It's done. It's not on the album, né?
No, it must drop though.
Yeah, no, we must drop that album. We're actually waiting to shoot visuals for it. Yeah, we must drop that shit.
Must connect with him, bro.
Yeah,
I'm going to holler at you, and this time it's going to happen.
For real, dog.
It's going to happen
because that song's been ready, bro.
No, and with me, I think in terms of the music itself, the music is there in the vault, right?
Sure,
but it's the presentation.
Yeah.
And in terms of I've been talking to him and he's like, nigga, I'm ready.
I'm waiting.
I'm ready. You know, and he's not asking for anything. And those also are the dope relationships, right? Because I was like, yo, what's it going to take for you to get a camera? And he's like,
don't worry about it.
Send me the texture. I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, so shout out, man.
Yeah.
Must definitely make it happen.
You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
Yeah, bro. I think, that's the message of this episode is like, you know, think it, believe it, do it. Get paid. Simple.
Yeah, go see the world.
Well, not simple, but simple.
Yeah, easier said than done, but just go do it, man.
Yeah, just do it, man. Let's really elevate the state of SA entertainment and like just take it out to the world because
for sure.
yo, we're talented, bro. I think we're too concerned also with chasing the bag, too much about the bag. We need to shift focus a little bit more to like really telling our own stories in a very, very dope way.
Yeah,
And there's guys out there doing it, but it's like they're being seen by a very niche audience. It's like people that are really interested in consuming cultural content that shapes the narrative of what the SA creative space is. You know, I love particularly how Karobo Poppy came into the mainstream. But after some time, it got monotonous. I was like, yeah, you're doing all this amazing shit, but it feels like the same thing for a different brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to see more artists, more creatives, graphic designers, creative directors, art directors, photographers,
Yeah.
operating in that space. You know, because if I'm going to do something ko London, I want to be able to, I batla go spana le majitala. Ke tla go tla la utiaka. Ke
Sure.
batla go shoota writing for magazine wa ko
Sure.
London. Batla re ka di facility, mara ke batla wena on cut snap.
Sure.
Because ha ke mo pele ga camera ga ga no go ntshela gore ke mona ema siu le siu. Wa go koba lengwele siu. Wa understand?
Sure.
And then I'ma look dope. That's the kind of mentality. It's like, yo, who you bringing along with you? I'm not going there to go collect a bag,
Yep.
come back, we go to mail. Let's go get money, dog. Let's. You know.
That's very true.
consistently.
That's the bigger part of it.
Yeah.
You know,
So there's
'cause-
too many creatives that are doing dope shit, but it's like, I when I do something dope, I'm gonna try and emulate what he's doing.
instead of
going to him.
working together, just like even there's a lot of collectives out there. For example, wabona the whole PG Lang situation,
Sure.
right? That's Kendrick as the artist, Baby
Dave
Keem,
Free, Baby
you know,
Keem, yeah.
but Dave Free being the visual guru behind all of this, right? That's a whole team. What are you going to do about
100%.
it, right? Someone was saying that they lease their ideas to corporates,
Yeah.
right? So that is crazy. There was that ad that they had with that jacket, with that expensive ass jacket. I forgot what it was. I forgot the brand. But very, very simple.
Yeah.
Naomi Campbell was in there.
Sure.
And this chick, there was a button missing. A Chanel. It was a Chanel. It was a Chanel coat, and there was a button missing. This chick is running, went to the train. It's even like an old school type vibe. And then she goes, ends up at the Chanel store. She wants to see the main designer, the head designer, and then it's simple. But it's about that. And PG Lang did that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Apparently
Yeah,
they won awards and
they
shit
do
like
some
that.
dope shit. Even the I think it was Diesel Jeans, the one, but it's in the more frigging, you know, like they just think outside the box. Even that one where K Dot is chilling with the white dude.
Yeah,
and, like that, you
and the
know,
message is invest in yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it's that
I
shit, dog.
remember.
It's like,
Yeah.
but now we're not, and try and emulate that idea, because you're not going to come up with a new idea.
Yeah.
You're going to try and change that idea we wanting, instead of,
Yeah.
and sit in a room and brainstorm something new and unique that's yours.
Exactly.
But go to
Those things should inspire you, right?
Yes.
To do something different, not for you to copy.
copy. Yeah.
That's the most important part. But at the same time, nothing new is under the sun. But
100%.
you know, you can always tweak and just make something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
for yourself.
Emotions, man. Tap into emotions. That's the thing, you know. Tap into emotions. Like for me, my most enjoyable thing about this B-sides experience is like, I wasn't trying to prove that I can rap,
Yeah.
you know, but niggas are like, yo, man, like I feel like you're an artist in the game, because you're consistently giving us verses You drop the project, there's visuals, I feel like you're active. And the music itself, the bars are dope. It's like, one of my niggas said, it's like, yo, man, there's nothing below an 8 in this thing. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And here I was on some, like, feeling some type of way about my ability to rap or not being seen, but me approaching it on some, like, yo, this is some rap records I did. Let's go back to rap. Let's start pushing that narrative here. And it resonates, because it wasn't on some forceful shit like, hey, I will rap you in Bafwetu. I will rap you. Nah, it's like, yo, I'm a do this because it's what I do. And niggas resonate because of that. It's authentic to the current state
and that's
of
really
my
all that
existence
matters
right now. Yeah.
That's really all that matters. You just have to be yourself, man.
Yeah.
People can really see when you're pulling off that bullshit
Yeah.
and you are being fake. Just always be yourself. So that, for me, that's the most important thing.
I feel that.
So yeah,
I feel that. No, shout out, man. I wanted to play John's voice note, but next time we'll chop it up about that.
Yeah, not the next 3 months again.
Yeah. Your comedy cast, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends that your favorite rapper got a podcast. Peace.
More than just the movement, it's about being a unit. Until the people act the fool. And my banana is not in ruins. So what am I to do if nobody see nothing to it? Instead of going forward, now everything just busts a you. The shit that's going on, it's happy sidey flung. How we gon' make it out if we don't redefine the status quo? Maftown, where the dream started. We made something out of nothing, and now this scheme suck up on